Welcome to the Herb Lyceum at Gilson's, and we're doing our own cilantro garden this morning. Probably the question I get asked most, and we do farmers markets all during the season, and cilantro is probably the second, after basil, second most popular plant. Everyone always says, I do it wrong. My cilantro plant goes to seed. So we're going to answer that question and answer how can you get cilantro to grow all summer long. First of all, it's the coriander plant, and all plants have two phases. They have a vegetative phase and a reproductive phase. Reproductive meaning going to flower. The flowering phase is based on how long the day length is. The coriander plant, or cilantro in its leaf form, wants to go to seed during the longest day. Longest day is June 21st, the summer solstice. So the closer we get to summer solstice, June 21st, the longer the day, the quicker this plant will go to seed. So you can plant cilantro spring and fall and it won't go to seed as quickly. But then again, we want our cilantro for our summer salads and all kinds of the cuisine we're doing in the summertime. So in order to do that, we have to plant it in sequence. So again, here's a nice core pot meaning made of fiber from the coconut hull. And we can plant it right into the ground. So we plant it just like that. And we're assuming this is our mini garden. So we'll plant several of these in a row like this. And this will give us cilantro. Now this, before the longest day, this will probably last, we'll probably get 6 or 7 weeks out of this. As we approach the summer solstice, the longest day, it'll only stay in its leaf form before it turns to flower, probably in about 3 or 4 weeks. So basically, if you take your cilantro and you plant it every 3 to 4 weeks, you'll have an ongoing supply of cilantro. Couple of things though, because it goes to flower, that's not a bad thing. Flowers are edible. Any herb that's edible, the flower is equally edible. And here I just grabbed some sage. I just pulled the floret off of a sage flower. Has that same sage taste with a shot of nectar. You do the same thing with your cilantro flowers. Even when the flowers turn to the green seed, you can use the green seed in a culinary application as well. So as we plant things in succession, all our annuals, whether it's arugula, cilantro, dill, we always let some go to flower because that's another way we can use it in our culinary. We have a culinary restaurant right here on the herb farm, so we always have to let things go to seed. So if we're doing our cilantro garden, here we are. We've got our cilantro for the next 6 to 7 weeks. And then if I had seeded 3 weeks after that, this shows where they would be. This takes about 3 weeks to germinate. So I plant those, and then next, and cilantro seed's about the easiest there is to deal with. They're large seeds. So what I'll do is just, as you can see, the little round dots, just put them along like this in a row. And then just cover them up. A good rule of thumb is take a look at how big your seed is, and you can cover it with twice the diameter of the seed. So when you have really fine seed, if it's lavender or basil or thymes, you'll hardly put any cover at all. So we just pat it down right now. So here we have our cilantro we're cropping right now. Here's the cilantro that will be ready in 3 weeks. Here's the cilantro that will be ready in 6 weeks. So when I take these out, I cut all these back because they've gone to seed. Once they go to flower, once they've gone to seed, they're not gonna grow anymore. So again, I'd keep one aside for the flowering, take the others out, and seed up again. So every 3 or 4 weeks we have fresh cilantro coming in.